All right, Mr. Coleman.
I'll be brief, Judge. The defendant is here through his own actions, and if that has a negative impact on his licensing, then it's because of his own fault. The state's recommendation is based on the defendant's criminal history and the nature of the offense, the nature of leaving this infant child in a car that reeked of marijuana. And that's really all I have.
If I could just respond briefly, it seems like that obviously he's got to support the family, and that's in the child's interest that he maintain employment, that he's able to support the family. So,
Do you have regular drug testing with your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you pass a test today?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I figured we were going to get probation, so we were going to stop. We stopped last Friday.
So you're on.
what would you be dirty?
Marijuana. That's it.
It's not that's it, right? It's just not that's it. You have how many prior marijuana related offenses? There was marijuana.
All right, today we step into Judge Raquel West's courtroom, where the tension is thick from the start. A baby left alone in a car, the air filled with marijuana smoke, and two parents sitting before the bench knowing their futures are on the line. The prosecutor wastes no time, pointing to the father's criminal history and the reckless decision to leave an infant in danger. He insists this isn't just about negligence, it's about repeated poor judgment. The defense pushes back, saying the man must keep his job to support his family. But Judge West leans in with a cutting question. Would you pass a drug test today? The silence before his answer tells the whole story.
Marijuana smell with the baby in the car, with you and your baby's mother. You're here thinking, yep, she's just going to give me probation, so we'll start a week before. Stop smoking when you shouldn't have been smoking the whole time. Like, that is the craziest thought process. So all this talk about your job and how important it is, what if they drug test you? It must not be that important to you.
It is.
It's not. Clearly it's not. Taking care of your family is clearly not a priority if you're still smoking marijuana, knowing that you could lose your job, knowing that you could go to prison. Then there's something wrong with how you're thinking. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Have a seat in the jury box and I'll think about it. I'm going to hold the other one for a few minutes. I'll think about them and take care of it in just a minute. Because it's the same issue. He said they did quit a week ago. Miss Allen, come have a seat up here in the jury box as well.
When Mr. Casey admits he would fail a drug test, the courtroom practically stops breathing. He doesn't deny it, doesn't sugarcoat it. He simply says no. Then comes his excuse. He quit smoking just last Friday, a mere week before appearing in court. To Judge West, this doesn't show responsibility. It shows arrogance. In her eyes, it's as if he believed she would hand out probation like candy, and so he stopped at the last minute just to look good. That kind of reasoning doesn't sit well with her. She makes it clear this thought process isn't just flawed, it's dangerous when a child's safety is involved.
I'm going to stand back next to you.
And not next to each other. Okay, so Mr. Casey, again, we've already gone over what you were here for, what you pled guilty to. You told I'm not going to worry about getting a test, that you would test positive for smoking marijuana after all of the things that I've read and seen in your pre-sentence report. I am willing to follow this probation, but there are going to be some conditions that were not anticipated today. And the only, I want you to know, as I'm saying what those are, it's the only way I'm going to follow the agreement and give you probation. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I am going to give you the opportunity on a deferred probation, because I want you to be able to work and provide. So I'm going to defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years. I'm going to order a
West's patience thins as she lays out the brutal reality. If Casey's job mattered so much, why risk it with drugs? If his family mattered, why keep smoking when he knew this day was coming? She doesn't buy the excuses for a second. Instead, she hammers home the truth. He prioritized marijuana over his child, his freedom, and his future. Every word lands heavier than the last, with the judge openly questioning his sense of responsibility. Taking care of your family clearly isn't your priority, she declares. It's a statement that slices through every defense he's tried to build.
fine in the amount of $1,000. I'm also going to order that you enter and successfully complete the ISF program, the cognitive track of ISF. That means you're going into custody today. It's a 90-day program that is to help you make better thinking decisions. And when you are released, you are going to be required to enter and successfully complete the JCDI program for drug treatment, because obviously you need help with two different things in order to be successful in the future. This is what I'm doing, period.
Please.
Nope, there's no please. Same thing's happening to her. So
What?
y'all need to stop, and you need to calm down, because y'all are the ones that made the decisions that you made that make absolutely zero sense. And so the only way that I feel comfortable with you being out on probation and possibly getting your child back is that you go through and get some kind of treatment so that you make better decisions, and so that you'll stop smoking marijuana a week before court. Nope, there's no raising your hand. I'm not going. Well, then you'll have to get another one when you get out. And I hate that for you. But listen, stop talking.
Judge West orders both parents into the jury box. They're told to sit apart, symbolically separating their fates, but sharing the same mistake. Both had quit just a week earlier, as if that would erase months of reckless behavior. The judge calls it out plainly. It makes zero sense. She isn't swayed by emotional appeals, because the timeline of their choices tells the real story. The jury box, usually meant for decision makers, now becomes a waiting area for two defendants, as the judge decides what to do with their lives.
Or things could be even worse. Listen, I'm not doing this to you. Y'all did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. I didn't do this. So there's no, I'm sorry for doing this to you. I'm giving you what I think is your best possible situation to be able to be successful. All right? So again, you're ordered to the ISO. And here's the thing, you've got the deferred probation. This is a program to help you do better. When you get out, you're still on a deferred probation. You don't have a felony conviction on your record. You're going to be able to be successful. And if you are, the case gets dismissed at the end and you don't have the felony conviction. If you violate any condition of probation, then you're going to be back in court and you'll be found guilty and you'll be going to prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You can go back with the bailiff. So, you're Chelsea Allen, and Miss Allen, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received.
Then the hammer comes down. Judge West announces she will give Casey deferred probation, but not without strict and painful conditions. 5 years on probation, a $1,000 fine, and immediate placement in a 90-day ISF program, meaning he's going into custody today. It's not optional. It's a demand. After that, he must complete intensive drug treatment to even have a chance at rebuilding his life. The judge reminds him this is the best deal he'll ever get, because without it, prison would be the next stop. It's a mix of tough love and absolute authority, leaving Casey.
Received a copy of the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Judge.
I have
Are there any additions or corrections?
no.
Not going to say.
So you went through an outpatient substance abuse treatment just last year, right? And you did that through Spindletop and your marijuana a week before court.
Are you smoking marijuana? Did you smoke marijuana a week ago? Yeah, shut up.
Yes. So based on that, and based on the fact that you've had outpatient treatment and you're smoking marijuana a week before court, obviously that gives me concern, and I'm going to, any other,
I think the court will address this with the way you're fashioning this probation, but she did minimize and highlight it. Certain
I did too.
She kind of minimized her responsibility for this officer.
But she does have obviously some mental health issues that she's following through with the spinal tap. And at least she's honest here.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, you can get some points for being honest, but you also have to make better decisions. And when you've already gone through treatment and you're waiting for a felony court and you're still making those bad decisions, then the only way for me to
Minimizes her actions and shifts blame, while her lawyer highlights ongoing mental health struggles. Judge West listens but doesn't soften. Honesty might earn Chelsea a point, but continued bad choices erase it instantly. For the judge, this isn't just about marijuana. It's about a pattern of failing her child.
have any sense of responsibility, I think, to what I have to do and to the community and for your child and for you to be successful is to get you more intensive help than what you've already had. So,
After this,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be homeless.
Listen, I appreciate what y'all are saying, but I didn't get. I did not get you here. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay that $1,000 fine, and you're ordered to
Yes, Your Honor, my thinking was that perhaps the court's concerns could be addressed in HMO.
I'm considering something a little bit different for Miss Allen. I know that probably doesn't help a lot financially, but just based on the situation before with Spinal Top, just take a breath.
We do have that here.
I know. Take a breath. I mean, do you understand? Do you understand why I am where I am? And how irresponsible and how ridiculous the decision was to smoke? What?
Yes, I would never do this again.
Well, I mean, you would.
Leave him, I will.
Well, it's not a matter of y'all.
7. Allen tries to explain her pressure, her struggles, and her circumstances, but Judge West cuts through the noise. She reminds her that feeling pressure isn't an excuse to endanger a child. With measured force, the judge orders 5 years deferred probation, but with strict requirements. Chelsea must enter drug treatment programs, take mental health classes, and continue CPS parenting courses. The message is simple. This is her last shot. Fail again and prison will be waiting. It's not just a sentence. It's a line in the sand, daring her to finally choose her child over her
Leaving each other. It's a matter of you making this, and it may be if that's what makes you make better decisions, right? So if you have, hang on, listen to me, all right? If you're feeling pressure to make decisions and to smoke and these decisions that make no sense, then you make what's right for you, because you, regardless of what happens to him, are looking at going to prison for making those decisions. Whether you feel pressure for them, whether you make them on your own, it's time for you to take that personal responsibility and do what's best for you and your child that you don't even have right now, and that you're not going to get if you keep making these bad decisions, right? All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Chelsea. I'm going to order as a condition of your probation that you enter and successfully complete the JCDI program or the Spinal Top ATAR program, the drug program through Spinal Top. Whichever one probation feels is more appropriate, then that's what you're going to be ordered to do. Those are outpatient programs. That means you can be out, you can try to salvage whatever you can without his income for a few months, and you can make some decisions on what's best for you, right? And you can make those decisions without any pressure, okay? So this is your opportunity. You're not going to get it again. Do you understand? So if you violate this probation, You're going to be back in here. I'm going to remember, because y'all been, unfortunately for certain people, I don't always remember things, and they can tell you that. When I do remember, it's usually not a good thing, right? Because I remember I either gave you some opportunity that someone said I might not should. That's good.
Finally, Judge West addresses the future. Supervised visitation with their child will continue until both parents prove they're capable of real change. The father faces custody, drug programs, and probation, while the mother must show she can finally put responsibility first. The judge drives the point home. This is their last chance. Any violation means prison and the permanent loss of family. The courtroom closes on a hard truth. Excuses won't save them. Only accountability will. The gavel comes down, and the question remains: will they rise to the challenge or throw away their final opportunity?
And then be reminded to me when we come back. I want you to take this opportunity and do right. You're going to have to do parenting classes if you haven't already through CPS.
Completed though.
Good.
Completed parenting classes.
Good.
Mental health classes.
Good.
And this mental classes.
Perfect. So as far as you having visitation with your child, what is the situation, and are there any court orders right now?
The court order for the visitation for our child is that we are supposed to visit him every Sunday from 1 to 5.
So y'all have some family court orders already?
Yes.
Is that through CPS and the family court, or just CPS?
I believe it's through the family court.
Okay.
They told us when our case got closed that they were waiting for the judge to sign off on the agreement we made for visitations.
Okay.
And
So here's the thing. I'm fine with visitation, but it's not going to be unsupervised until I make sure that you get.
allowed to be.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So if you get to a point in the family law matter where they start allowing unsupervised visitation, you need to talk to your probation officer about that so that I can then modify if I feel like it's appropriate, and you've done everything you're supposed to on probation, because you have to have my permission to have unsupervised visitation with the child as well. So not just them, but me too. And that's going to depend on how you're doing in JCDI or through the Spindletop Mental Health and substance abuse services. If you're doing everything you're supposed to, you're following all those rules, you've done everything through CPS and family court, then I want you to get your child back. I want you to have those visitations and be working towards that. It's only going to happen if I feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to. All right. So this was an agreement. I followed it. You've waived your right to appeal. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was that agreement, and so you have waived it. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
Okay. So again, Ms. Allen, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity, right? You make decisions. There's going to be, I'm sure he's very upset, but you need to make decisions for yourself right now with the opportunity that you're being given. Okay?
Yes.
All right, have a seat. Probation, I'll talk to you when she's ready.
Just the no unsupervised contact with your child or all children? Wait, one child or all children?
Just put all.
If I don't miss two.